What's up, y'all? Welcome back to 6-2 Beer Reviews. Today we are checking out another beer from Columbus Brewing Company out of Columbus, Ohio. It is fresh hop season. Checking out their Yakima Fresh Wet-Hopped India Pale Ale. One of my all-time favorite IPAs. Had this beer a few times, but I do believe they switch up the hops every now and then, especially this year's. I have to go back and check. It has been 3 years since I've had this beer, so very excited to have it right now. First time they've canned it in a while. Comes in at 7.5% ABV, and this year's is hopped with Strata, fresh hopped Strata, and then hand selected Mosaic. Mosaic tends to always be in the Yakima Fresh series, and then I think they switch up the hops every now and then. I don't think Strata is usually in it, so I'll have to go double check that, but that can art, one of my favorites. I should have worn, wasn't even thinking. If you watch some of my reviews, I wear a Columbus Brewing shirt, one of their fresh hop. I forget exactly what it is. Hop, I don't know. Fresh hop shirts. Love that shirt, one of my favorites. Should have worn it today. I don't know what I was thinking, but excited to check this out. This was canned on September 23rd. Time of recording, we are 10 days old. Super fresh. So I check it out. Picked up some proper glassware while we were up there. I do have some proper glassware. It's more of a holiday themed glass. So I've always loved this glass and figure we bring it back. That beer looks absolutely divine. Look at that. Come on now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 3 to 4 fingers of this bone white colored, creamy, frothy head. Beautiful head retention, nice carbonation in the glass. For the most part, it's pretty clear, but it does have this very slight, it's almost got that like green hop kind of color to it, just a little bit. I don't want to say, it's not really unfiltered. I can see my finger right through it. You can probably see me through it on the camera. So it is very clear. Look at that head retention. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous looking beer. Check out the aroma. It smells fresh. It smells super hoppy, fresh. Not like super green. Just so much hops going on though. I mean, definitely fresh hop Strata. It is super tropical, citrusy, slight dank quality to it. Dude, look at that head. I say it all the time. Any beer that's got head retention like that, just a really well-made beer. That smells so good. It really does. It smells so fresh. So I would say, maybe if you're not familiar with wet hopped or fresh hop beers, fresh hop basically I always compare it to like using fresh cracked black pepper versus like pre-ground black pepper, or if you're into coffee, fresh ground coffee versus the pre-ground. It's just, you get it like this. It's just super fresh. It's just like anything, whether it's seafood, if you're on the coast, getting fresh seafood versus, in a place like Nashville where I am, it's just going to be better on the coast. So that's what I equate this to. Fresh hops, just better. Huge aroma off this. It smells super new school in that it's not super malt forward. I'm just getting tons of hops on the aroma. Yeah, kind of like a generic tropical fruit. It's got this juicy fruit cup quality to it a little bit. And then this really nice citrus backbone. It smells great. I'm excited. Let's check it out. Cheers, y'all. Just a well-made beer. It's got that juicy quality, like I mentioned on the aroma. Juicy, super tropical, like tropical fruit cup. That's what I'm getting. Not too bitter. It is very like new school. I wish, honestly, if you guys know me, I love bitter beers that are on the finish. Not really getting that here. This beer is juicy, but super fresh. You can definitely tell there's some Mosaic in here, a little bit of that candied blueberry note. Um, there is some earthy, dank quality on the taste, but not as much as I was expecting. From what I remember with this beer, but like I said, I think this beer is mostly very Strata forward. Just very delicious, dry finish, um, perfect amount of carbonation. Very drinkable. I think it drinks around its ABV, but that dry finish just really helps out. Makes you want to go back in for another sip. Really delicious beer. Um, I will say, I got to be honest. I don't think it's as good as I remember. It's been 3 years. Palate's probably changed. Had a lot of beer since then. I remember this just always being one of my favorite beers. Um, and when you don't brew it every year, I hate to say it, things might change a little bit. So I wish they did it the past few years. But no, Columbus Brewing. Listen, when it comes to fresh hops, if you're on the West Coast, you can definitely get some. I mean, tons of breweries do it on the West Coast. You don't see it as often where I'm at. So Columbus Brewing, always love. Just they do great fresh hop beers. I'm not always able to make it up to Ohio in the fall, but really happy I was able to this year. Because if you're there, Columbus Brewing Beer Hall, Ohio Fresh, love that beer. They did kind of a take on Sierra Nevada Celebration, which was really good. And then this, and then I think they got a few other ones coming out probably by the time that this review comes out. So if you're able to make it to Columbus, please go check these guys out. One of my favorite breweries in Ohio, up there with Fatheads, Masthead, all those awesome. Ohio's underrated, if I'm being honest. I think they're starting to get noticed. Comes a Clag, shoot, Ill Will, some of those Cleveland and Northeast Ohio breweries are getting noticed. So it's awesome to see. Ohio makes great beer, and Columbus Brewing is up there with some of the best for me. So highly recommend checking this beer out. I think $16 for a 4-pack. I believe that's what I paid at the brewery, at the beer hall. Don't know if this got distribution this year. They made a smaller batch. I think it was just a smaller batch because from what I was seeing, it was only available at the beer hall. But really great beer, man. Fresh hop beers, highly recommend checking out. If you can't get this beer, try to look for a fresh hop beer in your area. I can't guarantee it, but I think there's a pretty good chance you'll be able to find something. If not, Sierra Nevada Celebration, go to. I always put that out. Lagunitas, hate to see it. Born Yesterday didn't make it out this year. I actually haven't been able to have that beer, but always heard great things about it. But if the quality's not there, totally get it. Happy to see that they didn't put it out because they didn't think the quality was there. So fresh up beers, let's talk about it. If y'all like them, would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. And thank y'all for watching. I will see you next time. Cheers.